Hi, I'm Kristal Hart, and today in New York City, we take you to the UFC World Tour press conference where UFC President Dana White was present, along with various athletes who were on hand to talk about their upcoming title fights that will close out 2013.
I'm bringing my everything that I need there, you know, and they've been extremely supportive. And anyone that I need to be brought in to train with, they're happy to help me out. And it just happens to be a movie where I have like Victor Ortiz and Randy Couture there, and like there's going to be so many stunt people and stuff like that. I'm going to be using everybody for bodies. You know, like if you don't know anything, I'm going to teach you. And Bulgaria also has great judo and wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and I'm going to find a way to make it work. And you know, it's a lot of work, but it's the same amount of work. It's just different, you know. The last camp, everybody was telling me like, look, we've never seen coverage like this on a Mayweather camp, on a Silver camp, like it was just nuts. I would have one day, I would have Primetime there, HBO Real Sports there, ESPN there, New York Times, in the same day, all following me around. You know what I mean? And and then I would still have to do my individual work for all of them separately as well, and it was a lot of work. And now I'm going to get a break from that because Silva and Wyman are carrying the card, and you know, Tough is already filmed, but now I'm just going to replace that with different work.
What do you think about this New York City reception you guys got today?
I love it. I love seeing that the people in New York are so supportive of our sport, and you know, I can't wait for the whole state to really embrace it once people start becoming more educated about what it is.
How much more popular is the women aspect of the UFC?
More popular than what?
Yeah, you know, it has been in the past. Is it growing to your extent? I mean, to where you want it to be, or is there a lot more room for improvement?
There's room for improvement in that one of the reasons why I did the season Ultimate Fighter wasn't so much that I needed the publicity, it was that I wanted the division to be stable, and I wanted to really survive me when I'm gone, you know, and I want there to be some sort of legacy left, and not just like, oh, Ronda came and then she left and then it was over. You know, I want to be able to return to a fight maybe 20 years from now and see girls fighting and have them come up to me and say thank you.
Dana's kind of been lukewarm about like fighters doing movies in the past. Have you spoken to him about this Expendables experience?
Yeah. I mean, I asked him first before even saying yes to it. I mean, I wanted to make sure it was for sure before I approached him with it. But when they came up to me and they're like, "We're for sure want you to do this," I first went to him and was like, "Look, here's the timing. Here's how it's going to work," and it just so happened that with this season of Tough that there's a way bigger gap between the fights, so there would be a bunch of like several months where I just wouldn't be in camp.
What will be your approach when you fight Miesha that night? What's going to
like I always improvise when I fight. We only think of the first exchange, the first round, and then when you get to the second round, he'll tell me the next first exchange or idea. And then I think me being able to, at least I assume that I haven't been to the second round yet. But what's it called? I think being able to adapt within a fight is what makes you a great fighter. Not being able to be disciplined and stick to a game plan. I mean, I'm going to be one thing I really expect from her is I took her down like 3 times in one round in that fight. I mean, it was so bad that she changed her name from Takedown to Cupcake because she couldn't be took down Tate. That wouldn't fly unless you're in Japan, and then no one would notice because of the accent. But so one thing I do expect from her is for them to really just, she said she was going to start training in some judo and get a little bit more used to it and find judo players better than me, which I think is kind of like hilarious because even if she found Olympic gold medals, they wouldn't fight anything like me because I was like the most unorthodox judo fighter ever. Why don't we see that many other judo players, you know, in MMA is because I was a weirdo. And the thing is I expect her to really kind of expect to get taken down and worry more about going for the back right after she lands. So for this camp, I'm definitely going to be trying to be much more secure with my transitions. I really feel I'm so confident in myself that I take a lot of risks for the sake of progress, and it makes my fights exciting. And that's why I hear a lot of people like, "Oh, the fight would have been exciting if the other person engaged." Like, no, it's because you weren't willing to take any risk to make the other person engage. It's like thumb war. You got to put your thumb down and you know, you have to like bait the thumb to come in, but you have to put your thumb down first, and people are too scared to take risks. And so that's the way that I fight a lot, and I'm still going to fight that way in this fight. But after I take her down, I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to really sticking the landing and keeping control as we land, because that's probably going to be the one opening she's going to be looking for.
Do you know where you're going to be filming?
What?
Do you know where you're going to be filming?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Ever been there?
No, but you know, I've been, you know, around Eastern Europe.
Yeah. Expendables, or any idea?
You know, it's an action movie, and I'm an action chick. What do you think?
Ronda, in terms of bringing the UFC to New York State, are you taking an active role yourself in trying to affect the legislature?
Yeah, I've gone to Albany and kind of talked to everybody and walked the halls a little bit a couple times, and I do what I can, and it's not that the support isn't there. We have the support. It's really like what Dana said. It was one dude, and I'm actually super stoked that he came out and was public about it today, because everyone was like, oh, don't say what it really is. Don't say it's really about the culinary unions. And you know what? I think, like, you got to be upfront. Why not? Just say it. Like, I think the world would be better if everyone just said what was on their mind all the time. I really do believe that. I don't think I was born to be polite.
Do you think that
Thou shalt be polite is not a fucking commandment.